it's Taraben here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to be shooting this video today because I haven't shot any video in like over 6 months, so I'm quite excited that I could gather the courage and strength to shoot today's video. This topic I'm going to be talking about today is very emotional. I've promised myself that I'm not going to cry. I'm going to be strong because I'm a strong girl. Yes, so and I don't want anybody crying in this video. I just want everybody to be strong. Yeah. So I'm going to be talking about 5 ways to deal with grief. I know you guys have not seen me in a minute, but the last 6 months, I don't think there's a single word to define how I felt. It's not happy, it's not sad. The word does not exist in the dictionary because like it's been a roller coaster of emotions. So in my last YouTube video, or one of my very first YouTube video, I did like a get to know me, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned that I stay with my grandparents, and I have been staying with them, or I had been staying with them at least for over 16 years. I hope I'm correct. Yeah, I think so. Thereabouts. And they're like my parents. Not like my parents are not alive, but they were my parents, so to say, my guardians. Yeah. And in the last 6 months, they've left me alone. Yeah. They died. And like it just happened like before I could get over one, boom, the next one happened. I'm not even joking. Like the first one, I'm like, oh, God knows what's going on. Everything happens for a reason. God, just keep because my grandpa left first, and I'm like, God, just keep my grandma alive, so that keep her in good health. And she was fine. And the next minute, she's ill. And in like 3 weeks, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone. Yeah. So, why I'm shooting this video is because what I've had to deal with in the last 6 months, I've been asking people that have lost people like over the years. Like, I remember you lost your mom, right? How are you dealing with it? Or you lost your dad, your brother, your sister. Like, I can't even imagine how these people feel. Because for me, it's sometimes I don't know how to explain how I feel in words. The words don't even exist. So I wouldn't say I'm completely like I'm done grieving. I don't think there's ever like a time to end, but I've done a couple of things that have helped me, and I just thought it would be nice to share. And also one of the reasons I'm doing this video as well is because a number of people have been wondering, oh, where I've been. I have not been able to shoot videos. I'll explain later in video why I have not been shooting videos, right? So in no particular order, I'm going to be telling 5 tips on how to deal with grief. And to be honest, it works differently. I'm open to even hearing in the comment sections different people that have had to deal with it and like how they were able to deal. Please help me, help someone else, because it's a daily thing. Every day we all get better. Some days you're weak, some days you're ready and able to roll, right? The first thing, so like I said, in no particular order, the first thing is to accept the loss. That's something that I needed to do. For me, that was the first thing I needed to do. Like I said, for people it works differently. I needed to accept that they were gone. I think that's when it hurts the most, because I kept thinking, and by the way, I actually was there while they died, so I watched them die. Yes. I don't know if saying die now, it feels so weird. I'm like, is it wrong? Is it right? But that's life, right? When we talk about birthdays, I guess we can talk about death as well. Yeah, it works different for other people. And like I saw it, so it's almost like I had to accept it immediately. For some people it's been different. Maybe you got a phone call, or you were at the hospital but you just went away, or I don't know, in different ways. So for me, I had to accept seeing them die, but I guess the acceptance I'm talking about is that I'm never going to see them again, right? So although I saw them leave, I didn't just get the fact that and I, like I said, I stayed with them. So it's like I will not walk to their room. I would not, like, they're gone. So I had to accept that they were gone, and it took me It was a lot of work, to be honest, but how did I accept? I kept, I which moves me to the next point is basically talking about memories. I got to talk about them a lot. My friends, my loved ones, everybody's probably tired of. I know, I'm sure they're not tired. I'm just joking, but I mean, there's like, I relate everything to them now. Before I talk about anything, I'm like, oh, remember? Let me tell you guys what my grandma would say. My grandpa would just have laughed. I'll talk about their memories. So that's the next thing. Talk about the memories, like the good, the bad, and the beautiful, right? Talk about memories. Talk about what they would have done in this situation. So I got to talk about it a lot. I still talk about it a lot. Like, it never stops. I'm just always talking about them. Just makes me feel like, they are not here physically, but I know like they were once an important part of my life. So it was one of the things that also helped in like me accepting that they were gone. It's like knowing that they existed, but accepting the fact that they're not present with me, but their memories still live with me. Because losing someone, although they're never going to be with you, you're never going to really have them speak to you again, hug you, kiss you, talk to you, I don't, everything that you typically did with them, right? It's not going to happen anymore, but their memories still are there. Another one, this one is very tricky. The third one is to cry or laugh, whichever one works for you, because some people don't know how to cry, but you can laugh about it. So like when you're thinking of memories with them, you could cry, you could laugh, they could just pop into your head like randomly. Laugh about it, like be happy, that they are in a better place, be happy that they are resting, especially if the person was sick, and you just know like this whole pain, it's over, they're in a better place, and you don't have to worry about them anymore. You just know that they are safe, that they are watching over you, and knowing that these people had known God. I think for me that was something that was very comforting for me. Was I knew that both my grandparents, for my grandpa was very, very devoted. Like, he would always go to church every day. When he died, I was just happy knowing that grandpa has gone to heaven. Like, that one is certain. For my grandma, I was very happy because even towards like the later years before she died, she got even closer to God. Like, I remember my birthdays, my grandma would pray. By 12 o'clock, she'd come and sing happy birthday for me, and she'd pray for me. And it was just happy knowing that, oh, this woman has gone to God. And like her last words, the last thing she said, she was always praying. She had a Bible. I remember when she was even sick and we had to take her to the hospital. When I came home to pack things for her, I remember packing her Bible, and she was so happy. She was like, thank you for bringing my Bible for me. And yeah, basically, cry and laugh. There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly normal. You can have outbursts. Sometimes I've had to cry like in public places. Like sometimes what's going on is very unrelated, but I just find myself crying, and like, or sometimes I find myself laughing. And so I was like, what's going through your head? I'm like, oh, I just remembered something that they said to me or something like that. So it's fine, right? The next one would be to pray. This was one of the toughest for me. The first death, it was, sorry, you cannot cry you. So the first death was, I was still a bit tougher because I just felt, oh God, you have your way, the reason why you're doing this, right? The second one, I think why that one hurt more was that she was sick for a while, and I can't. Yes, sorry. So she was sick for a while, and then I had prayed to God. I fasted, I did communion, everything, gave her communion, everything, and I'm like, God, please don't let this woman die. And she died. So it was very difficult to pray because I can't lie to you guys, I doubted God, because I just felt like, God, I asked you for something and you didn't give it to me. It's like a child that says, oh, mommy, can I have candy? And mom's like, no. You're like, mommy. And this was probably more painful because I didn't hear God say no, and I don't know whether he said no. I guess it was just his will. Not I guess, it was his will for her to go. And I had to let go of it as well because she was in pain before she died. So I just had to accept that, this person is a better place, and maybe it's a bit selfish of me to want them with me. So praying helped. There were times where I'll talk to God. Sometimes my talking to God would just be in the form of tears. I'll just be crying. And I asked him why, but at some point, I also now got comfort as well from hearing his word. And sometime last year, I remember like when God just dropped something in my heart, just explaining to me how people that had died, this is before I lost anyone, explain to me how people that have died, how they are in a better place, like especially when you know that they are with him. And when that crossed my mind, I would praise God. I would thank him. I would thank him for the people that I had available as well, because that's another thing when you're praying. You need to thank God for the things that he has done, so you don't seem ungrateful to him for the things that he has taken away from you, because he hasn't taken them away from you. It's just they've gone to their place. Really, it's not like God took them and said, oh, come and be going. It was just time for them to go. And there's a time for everyone to die. Every single one of us are going to die. The feeling sucks, but it's going to happen. So brace up, and yeah, that's basically, just ensure that every single day we try our best to live our lives knowing that if we died tomorrow, where would we go to? Yeah, basically. The last point would be the fifth one. It will be to take a break. Right. So for taking a break is very relative. You could take a break if, like, I stayed where they stayed, so having to know that I was going to be in the house with them. So the times where I had to leave the house, times where I still want to leave the house and just go to other places that's not home, just new memories, or just new emotions. That's one of the reasons why I took time off YouTube and took time off like making videos. There were some times where I even made videos and they just stayed in my phone. I'm like, nah, you're not going anywhere, just stay here. And I'll send them to maybe my close friends, my loved ones. I'll send them to them. And yeah, basically that was more or less it. And yeah, so take time off work, very very important, because your mental health is important. And sometimes when one is grieving, you might need to like take time off things that require your attention. So take time off work. I had to take time off work at different points. Take time off work. Take time off things that you basically would require a lot of your attention, because at that point you're gonna have like divided attention. Take a break from the normal things you do. So for me, I was lucky enough to have someone say, oh, Tara, you should go on a trip or go somewhere. I'm sending you money, go to a nice hotel, wherever it is you want to go to, a resort, and take a break. And yeah, that's also another thing you can do for people that are grieving. You can help them if you have, and if you don't have, you might just have to just find some time going to like serene environments, quiet environments where you can think. And sometimes you might just also want to be with people, because like that helps a lot. Like my loved ones have been so supportive. My friends, my boyfriend, my family, everyone has been like super supportive of understanding like what I've gone through. And in fact they think I'm strong, and in my mind I'm like, I'm not strong, go you guys, I'm not. I'm just human. But these 5 things have helped me. If there are other things that you feel that I can do, I'm very open to your suggestions in the comment section. And for everyone that reached out to me, prayed for me, thank you very much. all for now. If you have any questions, any comments, please just drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Yes, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this video, share it. If you know someone that's in a situation, please share with them so that they can also use these points that I raised. And I would make more YouTube videos. I'll always say that, guys. You know, I always say that. And thank you for being so understanding. Thank you all for gingering me to make more videos. Thank you for reaching out to me. I truly appreciate. Watch my other YouTube videos. And yeah, I'm also going to be making some marketing videos again, finally. And that'll be all for now. So take care. Let me play some jam to say bye bye.